When Black girls see themselves reflected in positive and empowering ways, it can help them to develop a strong sense of self-esteem and confidence. However, when Black girls are subjected to harmful stereotypes and marginalization, it can have a negative impact on their mental and emotional health. The idea of the girl emerged in the 19th century to describe middle-class young women between childhood and adulthood, which allowed them to explore identities and ways of being previously off-limits to young ladies educated at home by governess and private tutors. These girls became the new women, the modern girls, and the teenage girls of the 20th century. Girlhood was a global and a profoundly modern category. Thus, Black girlhood teenage years is a multifaceted and complex concept that encompasses the unique experiences, challenges, and joys of being a Black girl. It is shaped by a complex intersection of race, gender, class, and other factors that influence their identities and development. Currently, African American girls are being depicted as overly sexual, violent, or confrontational, are judged by physical features, or are invisible across mainstream media and within classrooms. So, what's up, everyone? Today, I'm going to talk about Black girlhood and how it is presented in the form of teenagers or adolescents and mainstream media, particularly predominantly Black television shows. These stereotypes have been used to justify the mistreatment and abuse of Black girls, both on and off screen. The first on this list is Tootie Ramsey, played by Kim Fields, Facts of Life, that was produced in 1979. A spinoff of the sitcom Diff'rent Strokes, the series premise focuses on Edna Garrett as she becomes a house mother at the fictional Eastland School, an all-female boarding school in Peekskill, New York. Dorothy Tootie Ramsey was a fictional character on The Facts of Life. Again, she was played by actress Kim Fields through the run of the series. Fields portrayed Tootie from the ages of 12 to 21. Tootie and her family hail from Washington, D.C. She attended Eastland Academy in Peekskill, New York, and was most remembered for her penchant for roller skates, her gossipy nature, and her braces. Her gossiping often got her and her friends in trouble, as she was noted for her catchphrase, "We're in trouble."
Hi, Mrs. Garrett, Mr. Parker. Hi, Mrs. Garrett, Mr. Parker.
Judy, are you okay?
Oh, sure, I'm fine. I just came down to lock the door.
That's the window. Judy, I smell liquor. So do I.
So the next character is Thelma from Good Times. Thelma Evans Addison was born on June 18, 1957 in Chicago, Illinois. She is the daughter of James Evans and his wife, Florida Evans, in the CBS TV series Good Times. The part of Thelma is played on the series by Bernadette Stanis. As sophisticated and graceful as she was,
Ooh, Thelma. Girl, where you been hiding yourself? You got to be the foxiest chick there ever was. Just say the word and I'm yours forever. No.
she still became TV's first Black sex symbol, or it girl. Thelma, Bernadette, and the Evans family also proved many stereotypes wrong about the ghetto and the young Black girl, such as that all Black girls and Black families in the ghetto had no hopes, dreams, or class. Someone asked, "How did you get your start into acting?" She responded, "I was always a dancer first. I performed in a lot of dramatic dances while taking classes at my local community center in Brooklyn, which eventually sparked my interest in acting." Then they asked, "Tell us how Good Times came about." I was in a beauty pageant when a manager approached my mother and said to her that I looked like I would fit the part for a show they were creating. She agreed, and I went on the audition where there were Cher and Jimmy Walker were both there. It was my first audition. I got the part of Thelma, which was my first role, and Good Times became the first sitcom with an all-black cast. Everything was a first. From there, I went on to audition for school at Juilliard, and I got in. The show was produced by Tandem Productions from 1974 to 1985 and NBC Television from 1985 to 1986. It also spawned a spin-off series, The Facts of Life. The series centered on Willis and Arnold Jackson, two African-American boys from Harlem, New York, who are taken in by Philip Drummond, a rich deceased mother had previously worked for. From 1980 to 1984, Janet Jackson played the recurring role of Willis' girlfriend, Charlene Dupre. At the third season, Janet Jackson played Willis' girlfriend.
Hi, Willis.
Hi, Charlene. Come on in. You're not wearing your retainers.
I didn't want you to melt them.
I want to meet my sister Kimberly and my little brother Arnold.
Hi. Nice to meet you, Charlene. You're even prettier than Willis said. Oh, thank you.
Hey. No wonder he's willing to risk the best years of his life.
You're pretty cute yourself, too, Arnold.
Some people say I resemble Billy D. Williams.
Hey, where's your bracelet?
Oh, it's right here. My dad flipped when he saw it. He said I was too young to be going steady. He sort of forbid me to see you anymore.
What did he say?
I forbid you to see him anymore.
He's not much on hinting, is he?
Well, how'd you get out tonight?
Well, I told him I was going to go study at the library.
So let's go study.
Nice meeting you.
You too, Big Mama.
Next up is the Cosbys.
Let go of my hair, Vanessa! Let go!
What's going on in there?
Fight!
Stop. Hey! Stop! No, come on. Stop. Look, the two of you.
All right, that's enough. Now stop. Denise and Vanessa, I said you better stop. Clipper, you all right?
They took me out.
And I'm going to talk about Vanessa in particular. Vanessa is played by actress Tempest Bledsoe. Representation through Vanessa's character, she says, I am inspired by their hair and style. I think Vanessa was before her time. Even her curly weaves were on point. They even look like some of the curly weaves I see ladies rocking today. She also rocked the tapered haircut for her afro. The tapered haircut is so popular amongst many nationals today. I was even thinking of getting that haircut because it's so cute and edgy to me. Vanessa was way ahead of the game and definitely a trendsetter. Past fashion trends and hairstyles certainly do repeat. Nothing is new under the sun for sure. Vanessa Huxtable is a natural hair icon. Next up, I want to talk about Regina King. Regina King played the character Brenda Jenkins. So Regina King has been acting since she was 14 after landing a starring role on the popular 1980s sitcom 227. She says, my mom told NBC that if I was going to play Brenda, I wasn't going to one of those Hollywood private schools. I was staying in public schools. She says, the actress is grateful her mother made that decision and says it helped her later in life. It was instrumental in me becoming a person who can find balance on shaky ground. It's not an easy thing living your life on display, and it's particularly hard when you're young, she says. But participating in those social situations as a teen gave me an understanding to how different people can be, which has been very helpful when navigating how others would tell her the clothes her character wore made her look like a doofus. Giv remembers with a laugh. I had to tell her, now look, do you want to be on TV or do you want to be with your friends watching TV? You're not dressing the way you want to dress. You're dressing the way I make you dress. We can have an argument about it if you want to. She never forgot that. Giv says that her tough love was, amongst other things, a lesson. Sometimes she come ask me if the clothes made her look too young, says Gibbs, and I say, I'll tell you one thing, if you get too old, the producers are going to send you behind to college and you won't be on the show anymore. So be young as long as you can.
What? Well, you don't have to prove it. Not to me or anybody else I know.
You're too young to understand.
I'm old enough to understand I like the Calvin Dobbs I knew yesterday. This one's just dumb. You and Sandra, give me a break. It's embarrassing.
You can't talk to me like that.
I can too. I'm not even old enough to date yet, and I care more about you than she ever will. You're my best friend.
Friend.
Don't you see what you're doing? You're upsetting my mom, and you're gonna hurt your grandma, and you're hurting me.
Next up is Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell. Urban legend has it that Lisa was actually written to be a snobby Jewish white girl, but Lark Voorhees impressed the Saved by the Bell folks so much they gave the roles to her. After the first few episodes of Saved by the Bell aired, the network president told Angel to fire Voorhees because he wasn't connecting with the Lisa character. In a moment of fortuity, the executive happened to attend a taping of a Lisa-centric episode where Voorhees was given the chance to shine. No surprise here, she killed it, and her firing was called off. So, as y'all can see, this is going to happen again with Raven-Symoné, that people were like, oh, the character is not black, but their actual acting abilities surpassed whatever the writer thought of as like who the character should be, and they were able to stay on television. So let's get into Lisa's characterization. Lisa Marie Turtle was a former student of Bayside High. Her father and mother were both surgeons. Lisa was very self-conscious of others' opinions of her and what she wore. She was a huge gossiper, and she assumed everyone else was as well. Lisa, she loved shopping and spending money, and her parents kept her out of the house. She also generally interested in everyone's love life, and she was fairly privileged compared to her peers, though her challenges tend to be more fleeting and superficial.
Waldo likes you.
Waldo?
Yeah. Waldo Faldo? Yeah.
Waldo Geraldo Faldo?
Yeah. Listen, would you ever consider going out with him?
I don't know. Maybe. If he asked...
Hold on. Steve, Maxine says she might go out with him.
I know. Maxine says she'll go out with Waldo.
Ooh. Yo, Waldo. Maxine says she can't wait to go out with you.
Really? When?
When?
I don't know. Maybe tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, a movie.
Tomorrow night, a movie. Pick her up at 7.
Tomorrow night, a movie. Pick up at 7. Bring flowers and candy.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Bye.
Next up is Family Matters. So Kelly Shane Williams was born on March 22nd in 1976 in Washington, D.C. She started her career as a children's fashion model. She made many appearances on stage, such as Joe Turner's Come and Gone, The Color Museum, Butterfingers Angel, and Going Home, and in TV commercials. She is best known as Laura Lee Winslow on Family Matters, which was first aired in 1989. Nowadays, Kelly spends a lot of time working with projects such as the Starlight Foundation International Youth Ambassador, Famous Phone Friends, Great Beginnings for Black Babies, and Hollywood for Children. She enjoys dancing and singing and attended the University of California. Now I'm going to talk about her character on the show. So Laura Winslow was born in Chicago, Illinois, and is the middle child and daughter of Carl and Harriet Winslow. She had an older brother, Eddie, a little sister named Judy, and eventually had an adopted little brother named 3J. During the early years of the series, Laura was a smart aleck, know-it-all child of the Winslows, whom Eddie did not have a good relationship with at times. In junior high and high school, Laura was a straight-A student. Her goal was to enroll in the Harvard Law School, and she was accepted to Harvard, but her family could not afford to send her there. She attended Illinois Occidental University, a fictional school, and she maintained straight A's while there. In addition to being an outstanding student, Laura was involved in cheerleading. Several episodes revolved around her participation in the activity, such as making the team and It Didn't Happen One Night. Family Matters also took on subjects such as bullying, too.
Hey, Maxie Pooh.
Hi, Lollipop. What's up?
I'm here for a date.
But it isn't until 8 o'clock.
I know, but I got lonely. Can I wait with you?
Sure. But we have to go to the mall first to get some lipstick.
Well, I don't wear lipstick. But can I come anyway?
Bye, girl. Bye. Yo, that jacket is the bomb.
Thanks, I got it on sale at Ferguson's.
Cool. Then you know where to get another one.
What?
Give me that jacket.
Yeah, right. I worked hard for this jacket. Why don't you do the same?
Nah. Me and work don't mix.
Apparently you have the same problem with soap.
If you don't give it to me, I'm gonna rip it off your back.
I don't think so.
Oh, I know so. Now give it up. I said give it up. Now get off me. Oh, you asking for a gun.
Get it off of me. Get off of me. Give it up.
Help!
Get it off of me. Get it up.
A few times, Maxine convinced Laura to do things that her father called. A part of Laura's character is how she rejected Steve. But there was someone who had an interesting outlook, I believe, on rejecting Steve, and they said, now, I haven't watched Family Matters since the 90s, and I was just a little kid at the time, so my recollection might just be a little off, but there's nothing audacious about Laura rejecting Urkel. She didn't do it simply because he looked like a nerd. Strip away his looks and consider his personality. Sure, to us, the audience, he's fun to watch, seems well-meaning enough, but Steve was kind of obsessed with Laura, and his general lack of social intelligence was often a source of annoyance for the Winslows. I don't see how anyone could fault her for not being into Urkel. It's been a while, but Steve was annoying and always at her house. He obviously liked her, which was not returned, and acted like a creepy nice guy who acts a friend. He was just waiting for her to change her mind. Myra liked him for being himself. And so what y'all think about that? Let me know. I feel like y'all is, but I'm just going to say, let me know in the comments. So next up is Moesha and Thea. So Brandy played in both of these shows. First, she played in Thea as Denisha Terrell. She was a sassy and a typical teenager. Moesha was the groundbreaking show for Black TV, where Brandy would then transition from depicting a teenage living in a single mother household on Thea to living in a middle-class neighborhood with two parents on Moesha.
Why do you guys always treat me like I'm a kid? You know, I am very responsible. I have a 3.8 GPA. I have a job making my own money, and I go to church every Sunday. I do my chores, I'm not on drugs, I'm not pregnant, and I watch my cholesterol. So what else is it that I have to do to be an adult?
Like, it was the teenage Black show of the time. Like many teens, Moesha is trying to find her place in life. At every turn, she and her friends and family experience new challenges, hilarious situations, and lots of drama associated with the pressures and demands of growing up in a confusing world. At the young age of 11, Moesha's mother, Margaret Jennings, died from an unknown cause. One of Moesha's longest and closest friendship is with Kimberly Ann, also known as Kim Parker. Moesha and Kim were friends since preschool, and Moesha's other childhood friend is her next-door neighbor. And she had an established life for the most part for her being a teenager. Her parents were middle class, and she didn't really struggle with colorism either. She was the it girl and fashionable and intelligent. She would not stay stuck on a guy, and she would usually express her feelings to her friends or in her diary. And at that time, diary culture was a big thing. Moesha was a very cultural show as well. The teenagers had their own safe space, the den, which was an outlet to showcase their talent and get food or do homework. Moesha also went to Africa and even had an internship at Source magazine. Yet she wasn't perfect. She would argue with parents and sneak out the house and be a bit judgmental and nosy with her friends. Yet the level of drama, comedy, and even how she styled her braids kept us watching each week. Hey y'all, so this is actually part 1 of part 2 of this video. I'm going to post part 2 pretty soon. Just let me know if y'all actually like this video and this style of content. Wanted to put out something because this takes a long time to edit. And I feel like doing it in parts helps me to just like give you all content. If you like this, please let me know by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Which character do you feel like deserve more character development? Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to tell me. And thank you for all your support. I'll see y'all next time.